Welcome to GMI, the Guitar and Music Institute podcast, episode number 25. Without doubt, the internet has thrown up all sorts of anomalies, one of which is you can get to really know people around the world, yet actually never meet them or see them face to face. And that was the case in this episode, where I talked to Thomas Berglund from Sweden. He's a jazz fusion guitarist who mixes up his life between actually playing guitar in bands and live, as well as moving online. And Thomas moved online around 2.5 years ago, at the same time as we started putting content up from GMI on YouTube and other online resources. I'll be talking to Thomas as part of the Musicians Moving Online series within the podcasts that I create. This is the third episode in that series. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and hear about Thomas. If you're interested in anything that he's talked about, his own courses, his YouTube channels, it's all on the GMI website, which can be found at www.guitarandmusicinstitute.com. Thomas, thanks so much for being on GMI. I feel like I've known you for years, but the reality is we've actually never met, have we?
No, we haven't. That's something with the internet nowadays.
It's a crazy world we live in. We know these people from all over the world. We'll never meet them, probably.
No, but we know them.
Yeah, we know them. Yes.
So, strange one. Yeah.
And now you are in Sweden. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Where about in Sweden are you?
30 kilometers south of Stockholm, and living in a little village called Järna.
So we know where to find you.
Yeah, you know where to find me. Yeah, now you know.
Now, does Järna have an IKEA store?
Yeah, no, not in my village, but not so far away, no.
Because I've got an IKEA that's about, 8 miles away from me. It's great, but I don't know, there's just something that seems to suck the life out of you. Do you know what I mean? You go into IKEA and you can see everything that you need. It's all there. You don't need to think anymore, there's...
I know exactly what you mean. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, is it true that the founder of IKEA, who obviously, or maybe not obviously, for people out there who maybe don't know, he's Swedish, is it true he died recently?
Yeah. That's true.
That is sad, but I did see a lot of jokes going around the internet about people asking if he had a flat pack coffin and things like this.
Okay. Yeah.
They couldn't assemble it and things like this with instructions. Anyway, Thomas, this interview is all about, this is the third in the series of Musicians Moving Online, where we talk to professional musicians like yourself, and we find out the challenges, the rewards, all about musicians actually making at least some of their income online and how they do that. But before all of that, perhaps you would like to tell everybody listening around the world exactly who you are and what you do.
Exactly who I am. I'm a musician and working as a guitar teacher. I'm working part-time as a teacher and part-time as musician, one can say. And I have played for 30 years as a freelance and in bands, many bands, and I have done quite many jobs during the years as a musician. And I'm working as a teacher. I'm working on it's called culture school or music school, but we have dance and theater and so on. And it's a school that are in all over in Sweden, in every town one can say, and I also work as a guest teacher on university in Methodic, as a high music school, or what do you say, university of music?
Yes, a university of music or conservatoire.
Yeah, conservatoire. Yeah, so that's what I'm working as in the real life. Yeah,
in real life.
Yeah,
I must say I've actually been to Sweden, but only just.
Okay.
Because I was working with a friend of mine who, Hummy Man, who's also on the podcasts, and for a couple of years, quite some years, we were writing a book, and we used to. He got some work over in Copenhagen, and once on one occasion I went and got the train over to meet a jazz singer over in Malmo. And,
okay.
Yeah, which is probably a long, long way from where you live. But I went over this huge bridge and straight on into Malmo, and I can at least say I've had a meal in Sweden.
Okay. Malmo is a great jazz town. Yeah,
really?
Many great jazz players from Malmo.
All right. You're obviously teaching people of quite high ability to play guitar. What drew you towards the whole internet experience initially?
I think it was long ago when I started to play in the beginning of 80s. Yes, you know those, maybe you know those VHS cassettes.
Yes, I do. One. Yes, I do. Yes.
And I bought some of them with, Scott Henderson, with their teaching on online in that you can say teaching online with the VHS cassettes.
Was that Starlix or something?
Yeah, Starlix maybe.
Is that it? Yeah, Starlix, man.
They did lessons there, and I liked them, and I probably learned more of them.
More from them, yeah.
Yeah, from other ways of learning. So I liked them. Danny Gatton and Albert Lee and some country players, and then Joe Pass and did those cassettes.
Joe Pass, Thomas. I saw him live actually in Edinburgh. He's pretty glum on that movie, on that VHS, isn't he? He's pretty glum.
Yes, I've seen that one when it plays a walking bass in Sia or something. I think.
and he always gives the feeling that he says it's dead easy, but there's a whole lot of stuff behind.
Yeah. So maybe some of them wasn't that pedagogic. What you say?
Yeah, pedagogic. Yeah,
pedagogic. Great, but I like them. And then when I don't know, in this starting of the 2005 or something, when you could board things to do the same, and I started to do that with what do you have there? You have some. Is it a Zoom or something?
Yes, I'm just checking that you're still recording.
Yeah, but it was a Zoom, and I bought a Zoom with a camera, and I tried to do some of those, and it wasn't that good quality, but I like to do them, and then I started to publish them on YouTube a couple of years ago. I don't know, when you starting, I think. I don't know. When do you start?
Well, I didn't really start seriously on YouTube until about probably 2.5 years ago. And even then, I had a guitarist on here called David Wellman. And he's from France but lives in America. And David, he just lives to publish on YouTube. And I don't. Basically, there's so many things in GMI that... it's part-time. But, it's probably around the same time.
I started in Swedish language, and about 3 years ago I started to talk English. You must excuse my English, but I try.
Not at all. It's great.
I have learned English actually when I'm doing these lessons. 3 years ago I couldn't. I couldn't do this. So,
all right, well, that's fantastic.
That's a good thing with it. Anyway,
you should really be learning Mandarin though if you're going for the mother load. Mandarin is the way to go.
Mandarin, yes, yes. So I don't know. That's the way I have done it, and 3 year I have published this on YouTube, and now I'm a website, a member site, and web store and everything around.
Okay, so let's just look at that. So YouTube is your main delivery vehicle, is that correct?
Yeah, it's my free Wiko, you said. Yeah, Wiko.
Your main delivery your main focus?
Yeah. My free lessons are on YouTube, and I stream them to my free guitar lessons website. Yes.
Ah, right. Okay.
And I write articles there to the video lessons. So it's a little bit more on my free guitar lessons website, but you have the video streaming from YouTube and so on.
A lot of people looking at YouTube think, oh, that's an easy way to get rich. But actually, it creates a huge amount of work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's nothing I recommend to people, actually.
You don't recommend it.
Because if you like to work and if you like to, edit videos and doing videos and like to teach people, you must like that, and you must like to do it, because it's very much the time is it takes time to get back if you're talking about money and so on. But for me it's fun. I'm not a YouTuber, actually. I don't put out every third day or something. I put out every third week, maybe a second, third week. And I have that in a kind of distribution and so on. And to build up my free guitar lessons area. But now I get something back because I have my web store. And people, I have built up courses there, like playing jazz blues. I have a course with 5-6 lessons and chord melody lessons course there and so on. So I have quite many courses there. And in the beginning, I didn't think that people will pay money for these, but they do, and that's my earning. It's my web store and my member site where I have actually many more lessons.
Thomas, do you not find it a little odd that, because David Wellerman has a similar sort of story, all this free material is being delivered on YouTube every single day, and yet people still purchase courses from you? Why do you think that is? Is it because they want to thank you for the free material in a sense? Or are you holding back the gems, the secrets?
That's a good question. I thought about that. And I think maybe they will pay me back because my free. But here they get my niche, so to say, is that I have courses, I think. I have a short series of small topics in the jazz or I build or something else, like playing jazz blues and so on. But I think that if you bought it, you must do it.
Yes.
I think that's a thing in it. If you pay money for a course, you must do it. I mean, the free material, if you look at it, it's so much, and you get. You can get lost in it, and you started there, and this is good, and they go to the next and the next and the next, and maybe it's. I think it's something like that. If you go to one person and see, okay, I like to play jazz blues. I buy this course, purchase this course, and now I must do it. I pay money for it, and I have the material here. I do it and take the next course. I think it's something like that. I don't know.
I totally agree with you. I'm forever going on about people cherry picking. They take a little bit of this, they take a little bit of that, and there's no true substance behind it. So perhaps the people who don't buy courses would never buy them anyway, and the ones who eventually want to become serious, there is that, not just that financial, but emotional commitment to buying a course. So would you say then, Thomas, that for musicians out there listening to this podcast, that a good way to actually create income from the internet is to create courses?
For me, it is. It's more work. I mean, it's not just one lesson. It's a course in a subject, and you must do the music score, and you must do the articles to every lesson, and so it's very much more of work. But for me, it's a good way to work with this. And when I realized that maybe this can work. I don't live on this. It's a part-time living here for me as well. But I have an income from this and from my member site where I have the most of my lessons. I have the web store lessons there and other lessons as well. And I have members and they pay monthly.
A subscription. How much do they pay, Thomas, per month?
They pay, I have a quite low, it's 60 euro per month.
60?
Yeah, 60.
So it's not 60. Yeah.
No, 6 euro. Sorry.
I was going to say, are you a multi-millionaire? Yes.
Yeah, I am. No, 6 euro. But I mean, I have just started it. I haven't. But I have 200 lessons or something on that.
Wow.
So that's a quite big. But you cannot be too. You must balance this with how much.
How much time, as a percentage of your total time, does the internet activity take up?
I don't write down how much time, but it's much time. I'm working with music all the time, as you do as well. But I see it as a big cup, and here's the music, and it doesn't matter from what I'm working with. I'm working with music all the time. When we have talk, I will go in rehearsal with the band, and that's also the same. I mean, the rehearsal, I don't. That's the time, and then I will teach tomorrow and so on. So, but it's a lot of time to the internet. It is.
Do you resent the amount of time you have to spend creating material for YouTube?
I see myself as I will play music, and I have been a musician. I have played, I don't know how much in many bands and jobs as a musician, and I will not stop that. That's me. That's very much me to play with. I have built up my life through my playing. So that's the headquarter. That's my playing. Everything I do around it, it's just, I fill up the time.
Supplementary.
Yeah, maybe you can see it like that. But to do lessons on internet, the free lessons or the other lessons, for me, I like to do that. I like to sit with that, but I can not see myself just doing that. No, I must play. That's everything goes to the playing in my play and to the teaching, of course. And everything is the same for me. It's the same. Teaching, playing, music, everything. I have it in my rucksack here, and I put out the things that I need for the moment.
Thomas, how many people do you think you are now dealing with? Not on YouTube, but on a more personal basis in terms of tuition, guitar tuition, just through the internet?
I don't know how many people. It's all the time, it's Facebook and it comes all the time, questions and it's 100, I don't know, 100. Yeah.
And are they from all over the world?
Yeah. From Brazil to Pakistan to everywhere, Europe.
20 years ago, guys like yourself and myself and anyone who's a professional player playing online, we just would never get a chance to meet or work with these people.
Yeah, that's a great thing with it. And I'm learning not just music through other people. I'm learning how when we get deeper in things, I have a lot of mail questions and so on, and when we get deeper in know how they live, and I know, I mean, that's a great thing with it to meet people, but as you said, you don't know them actually, but you know them because of the internet. So it's a special way to learn.
Where do you think this is all heading for you? What plans do you have for the future? Is it more of the same, or do you want to diversify?
No, it's just for now. It's more. It's quite the same. I built up my. If you're talking internet, I built up my platform there from everywhere, from even the social media and so on. So So I just doing new lessons and publish some free lessons and built up my courses and see how it will go. I think.
And what are the main styles that you cover in your paid for lessons?
I have a beginner's course, yes, but I have not distributed that so much because I think it's nearer to me to jazz is a good thing because it's so much to teach in that. It's about the theory and so on. And then I have I play blues and I play some country music and I have during the years played many styles. So in those styles where I feel most comfortable doing lessons, but it's mostly jazz fusion style. I'm doing my own music in jazz fusion style and have a band in that. And so that's my thing.
So you're a big Larry Carlton, Frank Gambale.
Yeah.
Did you like those guys?
Yeah.
Scott
Maybe more. Yeah, Scott Henderson. Maybe more like Wayne Krantz and Osnoy and those people. I like them a lot. That's my music. It sounds more like that, I think. But I like those. I mean, they are great players. Everyone.
Generally, what is the music scene like in Sweden these days? Then, Thomas.
It's like it is. It's quite hard. Places where to play, they have the same money as for 30 years ago. You know, is it this? You know that it's the same for you, or
yes,
yeah. It's quite. I don't know why, but it's like that. So for me, it's I'm playing so much. So different. I play in a lot of bands, and I can get an income as a musician because of that. But if I only play jazz fusion or play jazz,
you wouldn't be here. You would be dead.
Yeah, I'd be dead. Yeah.
Just to kind of round this up, what advice would you give to any young musician or guitarist?
To have an idea from the beginning, I think. To have that niche, or what would you say? What's me? And be honest to do the thing that comes from you, and have that idea and go for it, and go for that idea. I think it's the best to do. So people who will follow you, know you, and don't and see you. What I mean
for what you are, yes.
For what you are, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and Thomas, how long do you think people listening into this, if they were just starting like today, how long do you think it takes to actually build up something meaningful in terms of both attracting watchers and monetizing it? Do you have any ideas, any time span that you could give them?
No, it depends on who are you, so to say. If you have a special topic or special niche, if you have that no one else has, then it can go quite fast. I think I have seen that on the internet. But for me, I have quite broad. Too broad actually. I have what you say. I have tried to niche myself as a jazz fusion, but it's many jazz fusions people out there. Yeah. So just do it. I can just do it as good as I can, and that'll
do them. That'll do them.
That'll do them. But that takes time. That can take time. But if you have a special niche, it can go fast. But I think they must expect that it will take time.
In terms of social media, what are they? Are you on You're on Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Wow. And you're on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
And
yeah, those three are the big ones, and Facebook is quite good. I I mean, I separate. That's maybe I separate my private life. I mean, private Facebook, and I have just a guitar Facebook page, and I have also a guitar lesson page. But that's a good way to start on Facebook in that way. If you I'm just going for guitar there, and music and so on. So that's a good, and yes, Instagram and Twitter, it's good as well. And
Thomas, this is the first time from the last podcast was from Italy. This one's from Sweden. I'm basically going all around the world talking to someone in every country. So it's been wonderful on a personal level to actually see you. All the links to your websites and your YouTube and everything's going to be on the GMI website at guitarandmusicinstitute.com. So if you have enjoyed listening to you, Thomas, and his Swedish, I like that. Swedish, that's great. Then come on over to www.guitarandmusicinstitute.com and click on some of Thomas's links and sign up to some of his courses. They're only €6, not 60. €6. So Thomas, thanks very much for being part of this podcast today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad you're asking me to be here. So thank you very much, Jed.